What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to give a big thank you to my 95 subscribers I have now. What the fuck? When I posted that video of me moving to Australia, I just kind of thought it was a bit of a piss take. Like, I just kind of made it for myself. I was not expecting it to get like 7,000 views, which is like not viral, but like in my mind that's viral, you know? And yeah, I feel bad I haven't posted in months. Since I left to move to Australia, I've been at the University of Sydney, and I've now since completed my first semester, so I'm back in the States now, back in my hometown, St. Paul, Minnesota. I got a lot of comments on the last video about my accent and about why I sound Australian and not American. That's a separate video, but I swear to God, I did not grow up in Australia. I just kind of grew up visiting. Anyway, I'll explain it in another video because I feel like that's its own thing. I am now back in the States for my winter holidays, even though it's like midsummer here. All my seasons are so flip-flops now that I don't even know what season it ever is. I just got off my last work shift for the summer or winter, whatever you want to call it. I'm about to go to see some mates tonight, and then tomorrow I'm getting up like at the crack of dawn because I have a trip planned, and that's why I'm doing this vlog. Tomorrow, my family is flying to Denver to go on a little road trip down in that region of the country, and I'm super excited because I've never been to Colorado. I've never seen the Rockies. We might even go to Utah, like all these places in the States that I've never been. So yeah, I'll continue this tomorrow. So we just landed in Denver, Colorado, and we picked up our rental car. We are about to go to an op shop to get some stuff that we need for the trip. The next stop is Delta, Colorado. I can literally see the Rockies. Whoa. We then drove for about 4 hours through the Rockies, which was a very beautiful drive. We stopped along the Colorado River, which was super, super nice. And then yesterday night we arrived in this really small town in western Colorado called Delta. And we are staying basically on a farm right now. So there was a dog named Elsa around. There's also horses and goats and chickens and everything. And yeah, this is the place. Our next stop for today is a national park called the Black Canyon of the Gunnison. Alright guys, so we are here at the Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park. It is so, so beautiful. Look at this, don't you agree?
I do. Oh my God.
What about you?
It's so gorgeous.
We just went for a swim in this lake here. It's called Lake Saponaro, and we're staying literally right up the hill from there. I'll give you a little tour of the place in just a sec. We are in Utah, baby. Just crossed the state border, and you can already tell like it's Utah, like all the rocks and everything. It's super hot, and my thong just came off. We've just stopped at this really random kind of spot on the road just to kind of gauge the vibes of Utah. Okay, I think Utah has definitely passed the vibe check. We just figured out that this is actually a national park, apparently. It's called the Canyonlands National Park. Yesterday we stayed in this yurt just outside of the Canyonlands in Horse Point State Park. And then we got up bright and early the next morning and we went to Arches National Park, which is super famous, and that's where we ate dinner. We stayed the night in Moab, which is the town nearest to the Arches National Park. Our motel has a pool. If I sound a bit hoarse, it's because I am actually pretty ill. I'm fighting through. I definitely could not taste my dinner last night. This morning we left Moab and we drove probably about an hour, but we drove off-road. So we basically took this like really windy trek through the Canyonland National Park. Mum was absolutely terrified. My dad tends to book some of the oddest places for us to stay, probably in the name of saving a little and also just weirdness. If you hadn't guessed, that mound of soil behind me is literally where we're staying tonight. I'm out your feelings right now. It's 40 degrees Celsius right now, approximately, give or take. So it's pretty fucking hot. Fortunately for us, the house nearby is unoccupied right now, so we are able to hang out there during the day. The place we're staying at gave us this to drive around, which is called a side-by-side. So that should be pretty fun. The guy who was running the place we were staying literally had a whole tortoise, which I thought was crazy, but really cool. We just had our second night here in the bumfuck middle of nowhere, Utah. Today we're leaving though, we're going to Cortez, which is back in Colorado. We passed some really amazing indigenous art along the way. So we just spent a night in Cortez and we are now on our way to Mesa Verde National Park. My name is Bella Hadid. Mesa Verde is the ancestral home of the Pueblo people, and so we went to see some over 700-year-old ruins of their civilization, which was really, really incredible. After spending another night in Cortez, we then meandered through the Navajo Nation in New Mexico. We stopped at Chimney Rock National Monument, which situates another 1,000-year-old Puebloan archaeological site. That night, we headed to Pagosa Springs, which, as the name suggests, features hot springs right in the middle of the town. Currently on our way to Colorado Springs, but we stopped at this waterfall called Treasure Falls. Our final stop on our trip was Colorado Springs. We headed straight to the Garden of the Gods State Park, which is a really beautiful park, kind of close to the center of Colorado Springs, but also kind of on the edge of the Rockies, which has these huge red rocks in the midst of the green. While we were on the way to Colorado Springs, my dad fell asleep driving the car, and we literally veered off the highway, so I had to wake him up. And thank God I did, because otherwise we would have headed right into oncoming traffic. The next day, we concluded our trip by heading back into Denver, returning the car, and getting on a plane back to Minneapolis. Little did we know there was still one more shock left in store for us. Hey guys, so I'm actually back in Sydney now. I'm like just starting my second semester. Anyway, I wanted to say, remember that sickness I had partway through the trip? Well, it turns out it was actually COVID the whole time. My dad did a test the day we came back and it came back with 2 red lines. So incredibly sorry to everyone that we came into contact with during the latter half of our trip. We were kind of suspicious because I couldn't really taste anything, and my parents said that the sickness was kind of weird, but it wasn't bad enough that we stopped doing anything, you know. But yeah, that goes to show, definitely test for diseases if you've got one. Obviously it's hard if you're on holiday because you don't know if it's to weigh out whether to cancel your trip or anything. But yeah, I just thought that was a funny kind of anecdote to the story. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.